And you are watching The Community Connection, and we are now joined with Lisa Rumpel, who will be performing alongside Paula Berry tonight at Unity. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about you, and I'm just going to ask you, can you tell us a little bit about your past and who you are and your musical career?
Sure. Well, I grew up in Saskatchewan in a tiny little town, and I kind of have been gradually moving east. I did my undergrad in Brandon, Manitoba, and now I live in Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
I did my master's there in collaborative piano, which basically just means that I don't play solo piano ever, because it's no fun to me. So I perform with a lot of singers and instrumentalists, and so now I work at the University of Manitoba as a vocal coach and a pianist, and it's the best.
So you then would believe, is it community or collaboration and community together, which is what our whole network is about as well.
Perfect.
Can you tell us a bit about some of those collaborations that you've had in your career and why they're so important to you or successful?
Sure. Yeah, well, like pretty much every person that I work with, it's a new experience, and it's so, I love trying to kind of figure people out, and and especially when you're doing music with people, you get to find out things about them through how they perform, or it's really
That's
exciting.
Fascinating.
It is, and it's nice to be able to share some of myself with other people as well through music.
So when did you first start performing? Are you from a baby kind of performing?
Not quite a baby.
No? Pretty close?
Well, I was about 9 when I started taking piano lessons.
Yeah.
I was pretty young, I guess.
Yeah.
And I hated piano lessons so much I wanted to quit, but luckily my grandpa refused to let me quit, so I found a good teacher, and in high school my piano teacher was really supportive and really helped me get through all the hoops you have to jump through, and so I've been performing.
What makes a good piano teacher?
I think it's just a personality thing lots of times. For me, I needed someone who wasn't too old-fashioned, to be honest, and super supportive, and I find the best teachers really are good listeners and can bring the best out of any student based on their individual needs. So.
And what do you love most about performing?
I love, well, particularly in a small situation like these house concerts have been, I love connecting with the audience and giving something to them. I feel like music is a real opportunity to take people to a different place and to let them experience something they wouldn't necessarily, especially because I grew up in a really small town, far from places where you could see live music very often, and so I love coming to small towns and bringing that kind of music and being we're just normal people who happen to play classical music, but it's fun.
What do you hope people get out of your performances then?
Well, particularly with this concert, I hope that people can think about times that they've experienced these stories, because just like in pop music or rock music or whatever, oftentimes in classical, the stories that we're telling are super universal. They're all about love or about missing someone or things like that. And so I hope people can just know that classical music is really approachable, actually, and it can speak to you in a different way than maybe music that you more often listen to.
That's amazing. And I'm sure that there are is maybe somebody in our smaller community here, a young girl thinking about performing and wanting to go and travel the world like you guys are doing. What sort of advice would you give about her career, her musical career, being in a small town and growing up here?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've gone back to my small town lots of times and done concerts there, and I think I would just say people, it might not seem like something that's really like cool to do or something that people would be into, but you'd be surprised how many people are. And I think just like find a teacher who encourages you and who makes you feel like what you're doing is important, and really like follow your gut.
Yeah, that's awesome. And if people want to check out your music, where can they go?
Well, I have a website. It's lisarumpel.com. I don't actually have any recordings up, but I should.
You will next.
I will now, yeah. But all my future dates are up on there. So
okay, yeah, that sounds great. I'm Dana Foster, and you are watching the Community Connection. You can also check out a bonus video of the two girls chatting about this tour, so be sure to click and subscribe and like and follow us anywhere you are and whatever platform you are watching us from. I'm Dana Foster, and thanks so much for watching. You are watching the Hub Online Network.